You should sing. This is like the third week, no
Oh
music. Now
man.
you have to sing. Welcome to the A Show. We are live tonight, and I am your host, April Hunter, and across from me is my producer and co host, Colin Wysong. And we are just going to wait until we get populated. Tonight we have some kind of nothing planned. We're just going to talk because I've had a hell of a week, and you've had a hell of a week, right?
3 weeks actually.
Okay, so you just had oral surgery, right?
Yes, one of my teeth I had extracted due to an infection.
And how much fun was that?
Uh, it was an ordeal. Let's just say a week of the tooth infection. Right, like I could barely open my mouth. I came on the show that one week, right,
Hmm.
where I looked like the Big Lebowski, and then it
Dude, there's
just
a beverage here.
yeah, I needed a White Russian. It got worse. And then I think I told you that Friday or Saturday, the abscess erupted in my mouth, and
Yeah, you
that was a
did.
very odd feeling and sensation to go through. And then that Wednesday, all the infection kind of broke, and then I had my oral surgery on Wednesday. So I went in not having eaten anything, and they ask you this like 8 million times when they're about to put you on the anesthesia. They're like, "Are you sure you haven't eaten?" And I'm like, look, this was the easiest like 8 hours not eating because I just slept and then woke up and came in, right? Like so they took it out, very quick procedure, in and out in probably like an hour,
Hmm.
you know. And they walked me to the car. My fiance, she drove us home, but the anesthesia didn't really seem like it was that strong, right? Like they tell you to wait 24 hours. I actually posted a video on my Twitter of me kind of giving an update after the surgery and everything. So you can definitely check that out. But it interesting. Now I've had my wisdom teeth taken out, but now like this is permanent. Like this is so now I have to
Mm-mm.
deal with whatever complications come with not having this partner tooth
Hmm.
is going to be very upset that it doesn't have someone to press up against whenever I close my mouth. So they said that
Aw,
there could be
it sounds so
complications
codependent.
from that. Yes, I definitely needed Jamie's pliers and rum. That would have been a lot faster and cheaper, a lot cheaper
I'm sure it would have been cheaper.
than
So,
the out of pocket no insurance.
so hey to everybody joining tonight. Hello, hello. So yeah, if you guys have stuff that you want to talk about, please just put it in, like put it in the chat because I'm just winging it, and the reason I'm winging it is because a lot of stuff happened this week, and I'm not in my normal spot because I'm actually taking care of my friend Eva. She had her surgery yesterday, and to all of you who helped
Get better,
donate and
Eva.
make that possible, thank you. That was one of two surgeries, and I'm out here kind of keeping an eye on her or driving her nuts, however you want to put that. So I've got like this ring light in my face right now that's blinding me, but hello, Brian. Hey, Karina. It was cool of you to be here. Hello, hello. Cool, awesome dude. Speedway. What's up? Hey, Hammond Media Group. Hello, hello, hello. Eva actually is on here. So, hey. Jamie and his rum are here. Hey, Chuck. What's up? AB Twitch. Hello, hello. Winona. Nice to see you. And Alexa. Hey, how are you? And of course, Allie. What's up? And Allie, I just saw on my new Twitter page. So that's been a fiasco. So I didn't think this was going to be a thing. Like I thought by now, my Twitter would be back to me, but um, apparently this is a thing, and it's a much bigger thing than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
Because I mean, like a lot of accounts were hacked. Like a lot of accounts, a lot of verified accounts, a lot of high end, high profile accounts were hacked. I don't know. I have the dubious distinction of being part of that group. Um, but apparently, I'm a little worried because apparently they have all our personal information and they're going to sell it. They said so. I was contacted through WhatsApp by the hacker, and this person had a 44 number, which is England, which I don't know if that's just
yeah.
where it's going through, but they did the blackmail extortion thing and said that I can buy my account back or they will kill it or sell it to somebody. So, Twitter locked my account down. So they don't seem to be in any particular rush to help me. I don't know if they're just not doing that with anyone or if that's just me, because I do post a lot of controversial stuff on Twitter. So I don't know. But in the meantime, it's been weeks now and I got tired of waiting. So yesterday I just started a new Twitter, and that's the same as my Instagram. It's just real April Hunter. So if you guys want to follow me over there, maybe this will get sorted out and I'll get my my certified verified account back. But if not, life goes on.
Did you make sure to like put in all the 2-factor authentication and all
Yeah.
the new security things that you have to put now that they want you to do, which is even worse?
I had it on the
That could
other one.
possibly be for
I had it
you?
on the other one. Yes. And
Yeah.
by the way, now what I'm doing and what I suggest to you guys to do, get a Google phone number. Don't put your real phone number on anything. To get a Google phone number that goes to your phone. So if your account is hacked, they don't have, because your phone number, people can look you up. So use a Google number, you're anonymous. So live and learn. So do that. So, oh no, yeah, you are the Speedway. You are like the 8th person that said that. So many people are telling me they're dealing with it on Instagram, they're dealing with it on Facebook. It's going around. So, if you are lucky enough to not be dealing with this, go enhance your security now. Get a Google phone number. Make sure your password is good. Do not click on any fucking links in DM or anything. Don't click on any links, even if they seem legit or from a friend. Do not do it. So
it's hard to be on the internet nowadays, especially because most people, your information's already out there. They already have a lot of your information.
Google collects it. It says right in the TOS. I started reading all the TOS because I'm reading it now, and it says they can collect everything. They collect all your voice messages. They can collect everything you've ever written, said, all of it.
Well, that's one of in the crypto community, a lot of people have said be careful of TikTok because it's a very invasive app, and they're saying that they have access to like the keystrokes, like it follows your keystrokes and all this other stuff. So if you have things like crypto related or anything like that on your phone, because you have TikTok and you use it, they already pretty much have most of that information. So they're very weary of how people are getting your information now, which it all started. A lot of people don't know when Pokemon Go came out.
Yeah,
this is an old story.
Yeah,
but the guys that created it were Niantic, and you had to sign up with your like an email account.
Yeah,
and in the terms of service, you basically gave them full permission to go through your email account. Like that was one of the like terms of services to play Pokemon Go, and millions of people signed up for it, not realizing that was in the terms of services, and gave this company access to their free access to their email accounts where they could read whatever they wanted. They had full access to it.
And as Karina Get Empowered says, TikTok is a Chinese company. It's managed by the CCP. So how better to infiltrate America by doing it with social media? You can do your sock puppet accounts, you could do TikTok, whatever. So
well, and even to answer some of the people in the chat, it is managed by the CCP, but we have the same apps in America that are still spying on you, and other countries that have these things. Yeah, the Chinese one's probably a lot more invasive. Oh, April's
I'm like
a hardcore match going on right now.
I didn't break it.
Ava, you need to go in there and check on her right now. That's vice versa. Who is watching who in that house, April?
I got the fan going. Okay. I will just have, it's all one piece. It's still okay. It's like the fan's too high. It's like the three bears over here. The bed's too soft. The bed's too hard. The fan's too high. I'm just going to have the fan all over the place. Like, fuck. Okay.
I will say, I love your background. It's a very nice, podcasting background there. You chose a very good angle. Yeah, like she's got the shelves, and it looks like it's very decorative with the things that she has back there on the wall. It's very nice.
You guys might recognize people on the wall over there. There's Eva's on there. Jamie with his rum is on there. Aaron's on there. So it's a friend wall. Everybody's on there.
It's very cool.
Yep.
I'm just hanging out in the bar. of my palatial estate tonight.
I like it. I like the bar. So yes, I'm Union Jacked today. Actually, I think the shirt's from Fred. Fred, thank you very much. I love when people send me cool stuff, cool shirts. So thank you. Now I'm eating my hair because the fan's too high, but I'm afraid to touch it again. Yeah, so that's what's going on, and I see you guys are there making very cool comments in here, and I'm trying to get caught up. Allie says Facebook has no way to contact support. They rely on a totally automated system, and it would seem that Twitter's the same way. I just keep getting a form letter back saying to change my password, and finally I got fed up after being polite, and I just wrote, "You guys are fucking morons." I said, if I could change my password, I would. That's the hacker went in and changed my password, my email, and my phone number immediately.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm like, stop sending me form letters and actually try and fix this, okay?
I once got an email with my password in it. Someone was like, "Hey, we know what your password is," and it like was the exact password. And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go on ahead and change this and make this a little bit harder now." Like it was back before I started adding symbols and all kinds of other things to make it incredibly long and ridiculous.
I don't know why they don't do like the secret question on there. Like I have 3 or 4 secret questions, like, you know, your mom's maiden name and the restaurant you ate at in college and the first record, or I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, I feel
first
like
concert you went to.
Those questions do work, but then a lot of people tend to forget them, or they pick the same ones. So if you end up hacking somebody's information on what their security questions are, you're probably going to have all their questions and answers.
Yeah, it's like,
because people are very creatures of habit. You know, most of the time their password's password.
Okay, if any of you, we have a smart group in here. I know that none of you have a password that's password. None of you. So
maybe ass word. Some of those guys in the chat, it would be ass word.
Okay, ass word's acceptable.
Ass word's acceptable.
Yeah. Alexa's asking how I'm doing. I don't know, man. It's been a rough week. I had to rehome Chicky yesterday. She got rehomed to a nice farm, but that was bittersweet because I liked her and she liked me. And of course, you're hearing about all these food shortages coming, and here's this perfectly wonderful little chicken laying an egg every day, and I'm giving her away. And I lost Rue. Rue died. He was going to die anyway, so I had to put him down. He had the bone underneath his crop semi-crushed, so that was pretty freaking unfortunate. So it's been tough. And then of course, Eva had her surgery, and she's doing pretty well, but she hurts everywhere, you know, everything. And I'm talking about you, like you're not here, Eva. So shush. No, she's doing better than I thought, but of course everything hurts. So last night she was running a slight fever, and I just feel like I'm pulling my hair out. There's a lot going on. So yeah. I didn't have oral surgery though, so I'm fine.
That's true. You've had some pretty gnarly surgeries though, so
yeah, I'll do without that. Thanks. Yeah. I'll pass. Yeah, if I never have to go in for surgery again, I'm cool.
Yeah, knock on wood. The only surgeries I've ever had have been just tooth, you know, wisdom teeth, and then this last one. So been pretty good. Which surprisingly enough, the doctors. It's been 10 years since I've been to a dentist, and they ran my X-rays April, and they were like, your teeth look great. Like you have no cavities, nothing like that. So I guess I have the magical teeth. I don't know.
That's pretty good. So yeah, those of you who have not had a surgery in your life, good.
Yeah,
hopefully your track record is good. So how are you guys all doing this week? I tell me how you're doing. So I'm curious because I have not really been on Twitter. I miss you guys because it's like my water cooler people. I get to talk to you every day. You guys send me interesting stuff. You crack me up. I get little I feel out of touch. I'll tell you what, though, being off of Twitter, I mentally feel better. So now when I go back to follow people again, I'm going to be real careful. I'm going to follow like 22 people, and, 20 of them are going to be friends. Well, 15 are gonna be friends, and the other 7 are probably gonna be doctors that I know of, and listen to them speak, and that's it. It was gonna be like, I'm gonna stay away from all the people who are angry. And I used to follow everybody back. You follow me, I follow you, and then all of a sudden my Twitter feed was just insane. It's like nothing but porn and rhetoric and hatred for whatever political side people didn't like. And I'm like, I just want to see cats. So Jamie's already in overtime for the week. It is Tuesday.
Yeah, right. Like, when did your week start?
Boundaries set you free. Let's all say it together. No.
I will not
No.
work those
No.
other 40 hours.
Yes, 9. So yes, let's do that, because no is our favorite word here. We say no. So saying no gives you your life back. So, Hollow Scream rehearsals are at the end of the month. Are you guys ready for Halloween? Like, somebody posted a picture earlier on Facebook. There's nothing but Halloween candy in the aisles, and I find that's just some premature decorating, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, how are we supposed to live in the now if we're? Oh, hang on, I have to let somebody in. How are we supposed to live in the now if we're always? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's these stores, they got to get ahead of everything by putting the next big thing out when it's, as soon as Halloween will be over, they'll skip over Thanksgiving completely, and the Christmas decorations will be out, right? So, and it's just that drive, that consumerism, that's really what drives it, I think, especially in the stores with the holidays. It's them trying. They know Christmas is that big thing, so they're trying to rush to go ahead and get that Christmas spirit going, so that you're ready to start spending that money and start buying all those gifts and having those parties and making sure you go to April's Etsy and buy those candles from her Scentsy shop. You gotta
from the April sensation. That's right. Yes. But Hollow Scream is fun though. Those are the benefits. Those are fun.
Yeah, and I feel like people don't enjoy it anymore. You're right. Like they're looking for that next thing. It's like they're so frustrated with, nowadays with kids, you got to buy the costumes. What parties you going to? Are we going to have the candy? Are we going to do candy at the house? Are we going to trunk or treat? What, is it going to be safe? You hear all these things, and people don't really enjoy, I think, the holidays like they really used to now. Like holidays used to be special for us.
Yes.
For me, at least,
because they when they happened, you were waiting for them. They were a big deal. Mm-hmm. And I'm good with Halloween being the entire month too. Like, I think decorating, well, my birthday is September 24th. So that is the day after that is when I start decorating for Halloween. So I get the whole, 5 weeks there.
And I think that could be what's different for me is I had a mom growing up who decorated. Like, she put the skeletons in the window. She decorated even in the house. Like, all of the decorations would change to Halloween decorations. Like, even Christmas time, it turns into Christmas World at the house with all the nutcrackers and everything that comes out. So I think that has something to do with it too, because even as kids growing up, we decorated for Thanksgiving. We decorate for Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, anything like that. So I think that adds a little bit to it, and not to say anything about my generation raising our kids, but we probably are a little bit lazier in that we're not necessarily decorating like this. I mean, as you can tell, we like very modern designs to our houses. It's very nice looking in here, but it's very drab. It's gray, it's white. There's lots of room for Halloween decorations, but I don't really feel like putting them out.
Oh, the artist formerly known as Lawrence Weaver says he decorates his garage to give out candy, and the kids love it. Cool. I think that's fabulous. Oh my God.
Do you decorate? Do you go all out? It seems like your friends like you and Jamie and even Ava would go out and just kind of go all out for Halloween or these holidays?
Eva goes all out. She's like a Halloween all year long kind of person. She's okay with that. Let's see. My friends and I'm like so with Halloween. Like, I like it, but then it's all the stuff you got to put away too to get
Yeah.
everything else out. So it depends on what's going on at that particular time, because usually that is right when everything gears up for me with Etsy and having to do site promotion. So that is my busiest time of the year, is October, November, December.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I decorate like crazy for Christmas. Yeah, I turn into Winter Wonderland. So I love it. But of course, this, like Brian said, the Sarasota Ren Fair happens in November too. So we spend a lot of weekends there. So that, you find out the local Ren Fair and you spend your weekends at that particular
Yeah,
event
that's been
too.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go to. I gotta check out a Ren Fair at some point in time. I know they're around here in Raleigh.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's about
you
to be
guys have some
state
good
fair
ones.
time too in a couple months.
Yeah. Georgia has some good Ren Fairs too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, Chris, no, it's not a new background. I'm at Eva's because she had her surgery yesterday. So I've been staying with her. So that's why I'm here. And Winona says she's going to try her hand at making some Halloween spooky floral buckets this year. I have faith in you that whatever you try your hand at, you will be successful.
Yeah, it'll look really good.
Yeah, Winona, if you haven't seen her stuff on Twitter and Facebook, she is very crafty and creative and does some really cool stuff. So check her out. Where are you? Look at Winona, post where people can find your stuff, because I loved your clocks. You did some.
She's always
beautiful.
Posted really cool artwork on Facebook that she does. She'll do like little ornaments and things like that. Like it's really interesting.
And Brian says he doesn't decorate like he used to because he's working. So yeah, you're amid all the decorations. You are the decorations. You're the scary. You guys are the scary people. So
you got Wolf. Wolf loves Veterans Day now.
And Russell Cade. I know there's a lot of people out there that consider like Russell Cade or WrestleMania. Those are major holidays every year. Mm-hmm. So we love those people. You have Christmas. You have Halloween, and then Thanksgiving, Christmas, WrestleMania, and then Easter. Pretty much. And 4th of July. Those are the major holidays in America.
Yeah, see, that's why he loves it. He gets all the free food. He goes around. He gets stuffed for Veterans Day.
Chuck is saying that he carves his pumpkins every year. So I have several pumpkins that he has carved for me, and he's one of the pumpkins he does. Some of the ones you can put the lights in, and they're not actual real pumpkins, but you can still carve them. And I have like a Day of the Dead that's like this really super intricate one. And then I have one that he did where it's like kind of looks like me like dancing. It's just badass. Cool. I love it. It does some really cool ones.
So is it like carved out of some kind of foam?
I don't know. It's something.
It's
not really a foam, but it's a material.
Yeah. That's still cool. I've seen the really intricate carvings and how they get it really thin so that the light kind of shines through at certain angles and stuff like that. And that's really cool how like the concept. I wouldn't have sat down and looked at a pumpkin and thought like, all right, yeah, I'm about to do like Van Gogh on this pumpkin, and then it just looked like Starry Night. Perfect.
That's actually a pretty cool carving idea right there. And hello, Buckshot Kid. Yeah, I'm reading. Oh, there you go. Instagram.com, Winona Taylor. So there you go. And Karina's asking if I've seen the new Top Gun movie. No, I'm the only person in the entire world that hasn't.
I haven't seen it either.
Oh, hey. That's fun.
A show right here. Yeah.
There you go. You know what I did watch last night, though, and I'll highly recommend it. If you are okay with subtitles, we watched a movie called Sniper. Was it White Raven? The White Raven. And it was freaking fascinating and action-packed and good. It was about a guy who was a school teacher. He was a pacifist, and some shit went down in Ukraine with the Russians. This was back in 2014. And some shit went down, and then he became one of the most badass snipers ever. And this is a true story. He still lives and exists and does this today. So that was really good. And I know I'm missing out on Top Gun. I want to see it. There are a few movies I want to see. That one looks good.
Yeah, that's good. If you want a really good action flick, Gray Man
I watched it.
I really enjoyed it. I thought Chris
Yeah,
Evans was a really good villain in that movie.
very good heel with a really bad mustache.
Yeah, that
Okay,
makes the
so
character though.
I know. So I gotta ask. Okay, so because I kept falling asleep, I'll watch something and I'm falling asleep at night.
Mhm.
And what was it about the girl in Gray Man that needed? Why was she so special? Why did she need to be protective? Because either I slept through that or they never said.
Oh, there was a flashback moment where he meets the girl,
Hmm.
and I guess somebody came in and tried to kill her, and he saved her.
Right.
And so he's just he I guess that's that special bond that he has, like he was chosen to look over her, and he saved her, and that trust of life thing, that could be what it is too. And I think he of out of all of the Sierras, not to really spoil anything, I think he was the closest with Billy Bob Thornton's character as well, in terms of how they interacted with each other.
Okay.
So I think there was that special bond there too. But there was that flashback where they kind of introduce, where you see him, like he's like, "Hey, can you come over? I got a mission for you," kind of thing. And he's like, "Just keep an eye on her, right?" And then later that night, some dude actually like breaks in and he kicks the guy's ass.
That I saw.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are talking about Top Gun Maverick. Okay, that's film in 2022. Here's something that you guys might not think about, but I'm a film student, so I notice these things. You have a film that is widely considered the best film that is starred in the lead. The lead is 60 years old, and there's no Hollywood agenda, and it's pro-America. So in this particular day and age, that's pretty amazing that that is the number one film. It either says a lot about us, or it just says a lot in general. If you think about it, a 60-year-old major star, no agenda, no Hollywood agenda, pro-America, patriotic. So we notice these types of things because we have to pay attention to where everything is kind of trending. So
Mhm.
I wonder, it's a theory I have because of all this pedophile stuff in Hollywood. I think we're going to swing the other way now. I think a lot of movies and TV shows are going to be led by people 40, 50, 60 years old. And, they're still going to use younger people too, but I think the emphasis now is going to be less about young people, and they're going to bring it around to like middle-aged people now.
Yeah, I can see it. They did scrap Batgirl recently, and a lot of the rumors are because it just didn't test very well.
Oh, and by the way,
And
yes, I know it's a sequel and it's a long-awaited sequel. I'm aware of that, but still, I mean,
and
Jurassic Park is too. It didn't do nearly as well.
yeah, and I have some friends that review movies,
Mhm.
and they said that the new Jurassic Park movie was like it. How can you have a Jurassic Park movie and the dinosaurs don't really play into the movie all that much? He was like, there's literally a scene where there's 9 people standing on the screen, and there was no threat that a dinosaur was going to come in and kill them at all at any point in time.
Mhm.
He's like, what are they doing with Jurassic Park? But I digress.
Anyway, go
Uh,
ahead.
you've seen this, like you said, the pendulum swinging back and forth with some of this. Now,
Yeah.
you've got like the Daily Wire with their new movie production studio, where
Mhm.
they took somebody like Gina Carano.
Gina Carano.
They made movies after Disney and the thing that happened with her. But you are seeing some of them pull back, like with the Batgirl thing. It A
Hmm.
lot of rumors about it is that it had a lot of like the woke stuff that they've been putting in movies and things like that, and they shut it down because it didn't test well amongst all the test things. And if that's true, and they do put this on the shelf, it's one of the most expensive movies to not ever see the light of day. And usually they would put them straight to video or straight to the streaming service. They don't even want to put it out at all.
Okay, so I'll tell you because my friend works there, and I asked. I said, "Hey, any idea why Batgirl was scrapped?" He said, "Apparently the film was terrible with test screenings, and Warner Brothers didn't want to invest a shit ton of money into promoting something they didn't believe in." I was curious to see Michael Keaton return as old Batman from it, and from what I'm hearing, um, new people are in charge of Warner Brothers now and plan to plan to rebrand the DC Comics brand to legit rival Marvel, hearing as though they might be scrapping the Flash as well too, because I'll keep that part quiet. Anyway.
Well, we've seen what Ezra Miller's been doing in the media and stuff like that. So he might just get it scrapped because he's just insane. He's an insane person.
But anyway, that's that's honestly whether it's woke or not, that's got to be so devastating for the girl in it or the people in it who have busted their asses and done the best they can with what they were given and told to do. That's got to be so upsetting to spend that much time,
Right here, Lawrence says the Batgirl thing was a budget cut. I have an insider who says it was a casualty of the merger. It was supposed to be streaming on HBO Max only. It wasn't about making the money.
See, I find that hard to believe because they already put the money out.
Yep.
They would have had the money for
about the Marvel. I'm sorry. He says here, and they're cutting CW show production too. The new owner is trying to become the next Marvel. So that adds on to what you were saying about them trying to rival the MCU.
All right. Well, and I understand it also pushes back some of the other sequels, like the Aquamans and things like that coming out as well. So there you go. Huh. All right. I'm going to change my title to, instead of just free thinker, I think I need to be like information aggregator or intelligence analyst. I'm an intelligence analyst. I can figure shit out.
There you go. Yeah.
I'll find
aggregator.
Out. Yeah, intelligence. Well, yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. So, AB Twitch says, I hope the wokeness in TV and movies is cut out completely. It's running the two. It's running the two into the ground. I agree. It's nice to see a pushback, and I think it's ruining a lot of stuff. It's ruining comedy. And by the way, if you have not seen Bill, who is it? The one with the hair, just came out on
is it
Netflix. Bill Burr.
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr. If you've not seen his comedy special, it will trigger people. It is fucking hilarious. If you want to spend an hour laughing about real shit, he pushes back on everything, and it's not one side or the other. It's right down the middle. So highly recommend. But Bill Maher too has been pushing back as well. I stopped watching him because he got like super liberal.
Yeah.
But now it seems like he's in the middle. And then again, I was what I thought super liberal, and what was liberal 10 years ago is now moderate. So I don't know. So some of the things he's been saying on the real, new whatever he does at the end, that's been really good. Somebody's been sending me a bunch of those, and they've been pretty good. Yeah, Bill Burr live at Red Rock. Say that 5 times fast. Live at Red Rock. Live at Red Rock. Live at Red Rock. Live at Red Rock.
Brian here says April Hunter. She wrestles with information to champion the truth and pin the lies to the floor.
You're now my publicity guy. That's you. So Lawrence says Bill Maher's become the old codger on the stoop. I don't know. I mean, if you've watched a couple of his last ones, they're pretty hard hitting and good. He's saying the things that need to be said.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things he mentioned the last time is gosh, there were so many to pick from. He was saying that what are we calling this now? Body. When people are heavy, we call it body.
Oh, something. Body shaming?
No. Body happiness, body awareness, body.
Oh gosh.
You know what I'm talking about? Body consciousness.
Yeah. Body consciousness. Yeah, body consciousness.
No, there's something, but we have a title for it now. And not body shaming. It's the opposite of that, actually. He said that what's happening now with people celebrating those who are heavy is actually pretty fucked up. And it's fucked. Yes, thank you. Body positivity. Oh my God. Thank you. He's saying that telling people, hey, you know what? I know you're heavy, but you're perfect the way you are is the wrong message. And I have to agree with that. I'm not saying that people should feel bad for being heavy. They should not. But saying that people are fine and you don't have to do anything and don't worry, you're just keep doing what you're doing, is the wrong message. And you wouldn't do that if you saw somebody on the street who's, stumbling around with a bottle of alcohol. You go, hey, you're fine. And it doesn't matter that your kids hate you, and it's all right that you're puking. And you know what? I know you've got cirrhosis of the liver, but you are perfect just the way you are. So like that wouldn't happen, and he's saying, how many morbidly obese 90-year-olds do you know?
Not very many.
I don't think I know any.
Not very many.
So, it's the wrong message to sit there and be so accepting to the point of where we're afraid to offend people and say, you know what, this might not be healthy for you. But it is not healthy. And to say, instead of, don't shame, just say, you know what do you need help with? We have no emphasis on education in this country. How difficult is it to, you know what I mean? We don't. There's very little education on health and fitness that is actually accurate that somebody's not trying to make a buck off of.
Yeah.
And then they try and sell it as a diet. Do the keto diet, do this diet, do the South Beach diet. Don't do those fucking things. It's a lifestyle. It's just a lifestyle. Get smaller plates. Focus on fruits, veggies, and protein and healthy carbs. There's nothing that you can't actually eat. Just eat less of it. Try and chill with all this shit food, and you have your cheat meal on the weekend, and just rein yourself in and get moving. Get moving 3 times a day for 10 minutes. There's 30 minutes. 30 minutes a day. Get some exercise. That's all you got to do. 30 minutes a day to be healthier.
I watched somebody cut back on their meals, eat chicken rice, and go walking a bunch, and they ended up losing 30 pounds.
Yeah.
She cut back on different things, but it worked for her. So,
Yeah. I mean, abs are all diet. But I mean, look at the French. They eat whatever they want. They just eat small portions of it. And you'll never see a heavy person in France because they walk everywhere and they have small portions. So it's about portion control and moving. Now, Wolf said he reached his personal best on the leg press at 608 pounds. Holy hell. Congratulations. So did you bring that shit all the way down to your chest, like, and then bring it back up? So I mean, and Mar also brought something else up. The reason why we here in the United States got hit with COVID so hard is because of our population that is so heavy. Mm-hmm. We know that COVID tends to stick to the adipose tissue, which is the fat tissue. Instead of telling people, hey, this is what you need to do to get healthy, this is what you need to do to protect yourself, they're trying to just sell it in the form of a shot. You don't have to do anything. Just go and get this jab and you're fine. No, that's not working out.
No, it's not.
Everybody jabbed is getting it 2, 3, 4 times. You got 2, 3 jabs, you're going to get it 2, 3 times. It's like, for some reason, they can't seem to put 2 and 2 together. I've had COVID 3 times. I've got 4 jabs. Huh.
Can I share something with you?
Please do.
I've had COVID once and I haven't been vaccinated.
I've had COVID once. I haven't been vaccinated.
Yep. I mean,
and I got over it pretty quickly.
Yeah, I had it. I had the early version back in January of 2020.
Yeah. That's what I'm wondering. Then I may have had it twice. I may have had that early version, and then I may have had that one I had a couple weeks ago. That's 2.5 years in between, though. Right?
And I'm just watching, like you said, I'm just watching people with all their shots just getting sick, and I'm just like,
and not doing well with it either. So, you guys, now I'm seeing, this is the one that was driving me nuts. I'm seeing them using the fear mongering with the polio virus. So this is what, if you guys have followed me on Twitter for a while, you know that this has been a thing for me for a long time, because everybody would say, we would compare that jab and they would say, quote unquote, eradicated. You know that somebody's parroting something when they use the word eradicated. They say polio was eradicated because of vaccinations. I'd say, well, first off, no, it wasn't, because it's alive and well in parts of Africa and the Middle East. And secondly, because it was never eradicated. Secondly, it's making a comeback because of vaccine-derived polio. So, third, that was an adenovirus vaccine, and it was safe enough to give it to children. And later on, they did have side effects, which I believe was shingles. So now what we're seeing is there's 3 types of polio, apparently, and it's type 2 polio virus that they're finding now in New York and UK, which is vaccine-derived polio. But the news isn't telling you that. They're telling you to go get vaccinated against polio, which is weird because it's vaccine-derived polio virus that's now being spread. So pharma wants you to get a vaccine for something they caused. This is a shocker. So why don't we just emphasize like raising your immune system and being healthy?
That would be too easy. They can't monetize that, April.
I know. And if you guys follow the money or follow the silenced, that's where you'll get the information. Yeah. So Karina says she caught an illness in November 2019 and last month came down with the latest version of the virus. I missed my taste buds. I think that's what happened to me too. I got it in December 2019 and then I got it for like, I don't know, like 10 days in July after I traveled like all over. I never lost my smell or taste. I was actually heightened, which made it worse because everything made me want to throw up. It was like, oh, this is so sweet. I can't take the Pedialyte. It's too much.
I couldn't taste things, but my fiance, she couldn't go outside. She didn't like the way it smelled outside. She could not.
Too much, right?
Yeah, she was like, it does not smell good outside. I can't go outside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got the opposite where I think I got what everybody else lost, which I guess as a candle and soap maker, that's the better way to go, but still.
Yeah. It was so weird drinking an orange soda and it didn't taste like anything.
Yeah, and yeah,
so weird.
It is. It is. It's weird when yeah.
You better knock on wood, Chris.
Yep. There you go. Right here. So yeah, as Lauren said, you never really get rid of a virus, you just suppress it. So and Alexa said in Europe, people leave their cars much more often. Instead of taking the car, we sometimes walk to the bakery or the supermarket, right? Because we're not a big, I mean, certain cities are walking cities, like Boston's a walking city. You know, but most places aren't. Like where I live in Tampa, we want to be a walking city, and we're actually probably one of the thinnest and healthiest areas in the United States because it's sunny out kind of all year round. But part of that time it's also like 100 degrees and storming. So sometimes it's just too freaking hot to be outside, or it's just the weather's just too bad. But you know, people are outside doing things, but you have to consider some of that. And I guess that's not really a super great excuse considering Europe's weather. But we also don't have much for public transportation, which is why we've never been able to stick together and strike. So in France, they are able to strike when there's some bullshittery is pulled because they immediately shut down, you know, the train system.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have that here. Everybody's individualistic. They just get in their car. So, and Speedway saying oyster extract is amazing as a daily supplement and a great way to stay healthy. Lots of zinc and quite cheap. Okay, I didn't know that. I know there is an extract of a flower, and if you look it up, if you're interested, you can look it up, and it's for a pox virus. And Dr. Zev Zelenko put it out there before he died. So it is the antidote to pox viruses, whether that is smallpox or monkeypox. And you can find it and you can buy the extract, or you can just grow the flower. So if you're interested in having that, do a search. You'll probably find it. So, and it was also the last public speaking appearance Dr. Zelenko did, and he mentions it in that speaking appearance. So, and Jamie says fuckery is afoot. Yeah, it is. Speaking of that, so we woke up today and found out the FBI raided Trump's home. And that's strange to me on so many levels. So again, anybody who's followed me for a long time knows that I'm no big fan of Trump. But this, to me, at this point, seems like targeted harassment.
Yeah.
And if they're worried about secure papers, right, as they say, why didn't they just directly go after the secure papers? I mean, what's really happening here? And yes, we do need a monorail system. We've needed that for so long. It would be so great to have one. I thought we'd be in jetpacks by now. I really did. That's what the Jetsons said.
I,
So
I think it's one of those things, April, where it's possibly hey, look over here, and then they're over here doing things that you can't really see what they're doing because they use Trump for a lot of that. Like they need that little bump in the news. Hey, let's throw something out about Trump. Let's do this about Trump. Like the two impeachment trials. Like
okay.
all these different things. They use it as a distraction. They've got this infrastructure bill that's coming out, which is going to highly tax a lot of the lower and the middle class people. They're going to have 87,000 new tax agents put out on the streets, and they're going to start going after people that make less than $24,000 a year now. So the common man, if you make less, they're going to start digging into your taxes and make sure that you're reporting everything. They need to know exactly everything
Well,
that
that's
you're
why
doing.
they want to go to a cashless society, so that you can't spend anything or get anything without them knowing.
And on the crypto front, the Treasury Department just came out. I don't know if you know what Tornado Cash is, if you've heard about this, but
I don't know much about crypto.
when a lot of these people have been stealing the crypto from a lot of these exchanges, when you've heard about like Harmony being hacked and all these other things being hacked, and these people steal it, well, they go to Tornado Cash to mix up their transactions, and it's basically like a tumbler that washes your money, and then you can send it out to wallets so that nobody can track where your money went, right? Where you're stealing the money. Well, now the U.S. Treasury has basically said that no one in the U.S. can use that site anymore because of the use of the laundering money, and they've tagged any any Ethereum address that has any contact with Tornado Cash or has had money come from Tornado Cash is now on a list in the Treasury Department on like a no in and out zone. So if they see money going in and out of those wallets, they're going to follow it and track it to see where it goes and see who's pulling it out. So they're starting now with a lot of hey, we're going to start slowly taking your privacy away. But worry about Trump. Trump's got stuff in a safe. He's got private things on his desk. Don't worry about my son smoking crack on this laptop over here. Worry about this guy over here. Bad orange man over here.
Yeah, it's funny. Somebody said, "And hello, Chowny King. How are you?" Or Chowny Man, Chowny King. So now you're king. Damn it. Welcome. Hey, late is better than not being here. So we appreciate all of you who have shown up. So thank you. Somebody pointed out, I saw the little messages here that flying by, but someone said, yeah, like you can grab classified documents. He's like, I can't even leave my work without, I forget what it was. I was looking, but
no, I found it right here.
You found it?
Yep.
Okay. I couldn't even take my work shirts home when I retired. And my friend is working on a secure location on film. They collect their phones and they collect everything about them, and it's very secure. So I would think, yeah, there you go, Chowny King. I would think, as somebody wrote in here earlier, fuckery is afoot.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the thing that's interesting to me, you guys. And I'm gonna talk about two things right here and bring it back to this real quick. So there were two interesting little stories in the news today or this week. There was a walrus, a 1,500-pound walrus, that decided she liked getting up onto boats. This was in Europe, I think it's somewhere in the Netherlands. And she's got a lot of fans and a lot of haters because of this, because some of the boats cannot handle 1,500 pounds. So she's sinking boats. But how are you finding it?
Yeah, I'll look it up.
Okay. So so you can see her, somebody's filmed her trying to get on a walrus. Now, what are you going to do if a 1,500-pound walrus is trying to get on your boat? Like nothing. You can't do anything. This thing's huge.
How are you going to fight it off?
I mean, it is huge. Okay. So if you're gonna find it, I'll wait before I say the next thing.
Hang on, I think this might be it.
Okay.
This is one of them. This says it was like from a month ago. So
okay. So
Ja, vad härligt.
Freya, that's her name, Freya.
Så farlig situation.
Yeah, she likes to get up on the boats and sun inside of them. Oh my God. Yeah. And like, what are you gonna do? It's like the sea. Remember, you guys know the sea lions took over part of San Francisco, right? They took the docks.
That is insane. I mean, it's just chilling on the back of that person's boat.
Yep. Okay, so we have that, right? Now we have the story of the killer whales off of the coasts of, I think, is it Spain and Portugal? Who have started to attack the fishermen. So the orcas are not known to attack humans ever. So this is their time where they feed this time of year. So
Actually,
now
I think I found a news article for that.
Okay.
They're telling them to stay inside.
They're telling the people, they're warning them, don't go out at night, don't go fishing at night. It's dangerous. The orcas are taking people down. They sunk a boat with 5 people the other night at 2:30 in the morning. So is that a
It
video?
says here
or just-
sailors are being told to stay inside at port. Let me see if this video is loaded up. It's an advertisement.
I thought we were going to hear some music. Singing the song in my head, which probably makes me crazy.
There we go. Let's see what this is.
Is this a movie? Are we watching a movie?
I have no clue what this is. Maybe it's another. There we go.
Oh, okay.
It's like a documentary by this
In
halcyon
October
boat.
2020, we were delivering a new 45-foot lagoon from France to Gibraltar. There's been a spate of...
Look right here, 2 of them.
They're coming for you. They're coming for you, bitches. So they're
That's
like
crazy.
sinking boats. They're sinking boats now.
That's crazy because like they protect humans and stuff like that in these
Yes, they do.
situations.
Do you now? Let's guess why. You guys in the chat, why do you think this is happening? All of a sudden, go ahead and put your answers in.
5G.
Why, after all this time, are orcas now attacking human beings and sinking their boats? You guys have any idea on that one?
April, if all of the dolphins fly out of the ocean singing "So Long" and "Thanks for All the Fish," I'm gonna be very worried for our planet after that happens.
Yeah. We're getting people are idiots. They've had enough of the pollution. Get out of my space. I think that's pretty accurate right there. Also, these people are fishing. Fisheries are barging in on their territory, Lawrence says. Food supply, yes. We have screwed with the food supply. Okay. So are you guys noticing a theme here? So they have had enough and they've collectively decided to push people back, push them out. Mm-hmm. So these are the animals, right? Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. They have pushed them back. And now the people cannot go into the water at night. They're telling them to stay home. So, and orcas and like dolphins are very smart. The walruses and the sea lions in San Francisco, they've decided they want the docks. The walruses are not going to say no. So here's what I'm going to bring it back to with us. If fucking animals can figure out how to take their lives back by pushing back and saying, no mas, no more, Why can't we? This is basic nature. Basic.
Because
Are we not as smart as the animals?
we are, but like
We
President
are
Biden,
nature.
like President Biden said, they have F-16s and missiles and things like that, just for our guns.
And by the way, because Ben told me to do this, please subscribe to our show. Please subscribe. We appreciate it. Thank you for throwing bits. We do some biddies for titties. Appreciate it. So thank you. When you guys cheer and throw bits, we like it. We like it a lot. Biddies gets titties. Pull that down. Biddies get some titties. So thank you. And thank you for being on our Patreon, the A show. We appreciate it. I'm supposed to do all that, and I'm trying to get used to that because I just actually like talking to you guys and doing something where I give back. But yes, I'm supposed to say buy our shit. So please buy our please keep us going by subscribing, and it really helps. So anyway, yes. Why is it that we are not able to figure this out? It is basic concept that is rooted in us as animals in nature to push back when we are being threatened, wronged, and taken from. Instead of sitting here and bitching about things on social media or to our friends or whatever, why aren't we doing something that really matters? Yeah, and like Chris says, if the farmers and the Dutch farmers can get a hold of a tank, we can get our hands on some stuff too. Honestly, you don't even have to go that far. All you have to do is say no.
It's true.
No, I'm not doing that. If more people had said no, and I said this before for a year and a half now, you guys know this because you've been watching. If more people said, no, I am not taking a vaccine, you can't mandate me to do it, those mandates would have been over a long time ago. What are they going to do? Lose the entire workforce?
That's true.
Corporations can't afford that. Thank you, biddies for titties. Damn it. I'm all wired in and all screwed up over here. Biddies for titties. Thank
Kids
you.
are properly wired today, ladies and gentlemen. They're not wireless.
Yes. So it's just something to think about. So,
well, you know why? There's a simple question. There's a simple answer to that question, April. It's because Trump's over here doing things. So we have to.
It's Trump's fault. Damn it! It's Trump's fault.
We have to worry about what Trump's got going on.
Yeah.
At Mar-a-Lago. That's why we can't stand up.
Wolf says this is because most people are sheep and can't think for themselves. You know what? I believe sheep can push back too. So they're animals.
Did you see the video? I think Ben sent this to me. It's a video from these guys in Canada, and they saw this what looked like a person or a giant standing on top of this mountain, and they went back the next day. Like they got it all on video of like what it was, and it wasn't there anymore. Mm-hmm. And then now the Canadian government or whatever is trying to come out and say that it was like a tree operation and that they were seeing the guy cutting the tree down, but you don't see any kind of helicopter or anything like that in the distance, right? Like you would see the helicopter if they were rappelling down to cut these trees down, right? But so they believed that there was a possible giant sighting in this giant mountain. Like you just see this big person, or this thing that's very odd and visible on top of this mountain that just looks very out of place.
It was a foreign alien coming to check in on us and see if we've done ourselves in, because he hadn't locked the doors as he flew past and he got pushed out or something.
We're probably really screwed, April, when Sasquatch decides to come out of the woods. Like when Sasquatch lets
there's a reason it hides.
When I think when he lets himself be known, like when it's like Sasquatch is attacking people, I think that's when we're like, I think nature's really trying to tell us something now, because he's coming out of the woods to beat us up now. So that's when we should get worried.
Okay, so there's a couple. Yeah. There's a couple here. Cool, awesome dude. You're not much of a politics person. Talk about whatever you want. So you want to talk about whatever, bring up whatever, go for it. And artist formerly known as Lawrence Weaver. The whole vaccination thing is funny because it started under Trump's regime and continued into Biden's. both, but it's openly rejected by both sides, question mark. Millions died, and just doing nothing would not have helped. True. And it did continue with both. But the way it was handled, the way all of this was handled was bullshit. And you and I and everybody in here knows that so many things did not make sense and still don't.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense. We had to wear our masks to walk into the restaurant, and you take it off as soon as you sit on a table over there. It's just so many rules didn't make sense. And they lied to us about so much of us. No, it's not airborne, but we're going to shut down all the flights. Yes, it is airborne because one person didn't sneeze in Wuhan and give the entire city, because they didn't all touch it. It's airborne. It always was airborne. And like I said, if you've been following me for 2.5 years, you know that I called it airborne early 2020. So the fact that we have been continually lied to, continually censored, continually told a bunch of bullshit when this has been a life or death situation for many people. The fact that we have been told this is for our health and safety, but they have done nothing for our health and safety. They should have actually done things for our health and safety. And they told us the vaccine is safe and effective. Do you know why they can't advertise it on television? Because when you advertise a drug,
I don't think I've heard this.
When you advertise a drug on TV, you have to list the side effects legally.
Oh, yeah.
The side effects of this stuff is so long, and they know it. They knew it, and they decided to put it out there anyway. So in case you're not aware, because they're sweeping it under the rug, just as many people have been hurt or died from the injuries caused by the solution as by the virus. So the solution was not a good one. So I'm not saying there's a perfect situation or perfect answer here, but quite honestly, I feel like it was a bioweapon. The solution and the virus were the same thing, made by the same people. Matter of fact, probably the solution existed first, and then they created the virus. That's a conspiracy theory. I'll admit that.
Well, and your biggest scientific project and research on that is just look at Israel, because I think most of the population of Israel is vaccinated, and they're still
90-something% vaccinated, and
they're
they
still
still having
having
outbreaks.
a lot of COVID outbreaks and
Horrible
stuff like
outbreaks.
that. So,
Going to the hospital, all of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then we're forcing people to, first off, their frontline, they're working through the pandemic. They're working through it, whether they're grocery store clerks or nurses and doctors. They're working through it. And a lot of them didn't even have PPE. And then the minute they said they were uncomfortable with getting a vaccination, they were forced out of work. Does any of that make sense to anybody? Oh, and since when does since when do our employers dictate our medical situations to us? Since when do they have that kind of power? Work has never been able to dictate that to us. So why was that, were they given that kind of power, and why do we allow it?
Yeah, because you had health checks. People had to do health checks at work, and so you know what's really weird? The dentist offices, both of them that I went to during my little ordeal, you still had to wear a mask. Like, I walked into the first office and I didn't have a mask, and they were like, "Hey, do you need a mask?" And I'm like, "I guess," because everybody else had one on, right? So like, I basically just wore this mask the whole entire time. They were like coming in and checking on me, and I'm thinking, nowhere else is anyone wearing masks except for like here, and people are coming in and out all the time. Like, you're coming in and out all the time, and I'm sure you're not wearing your mask everywhere. So I don't get why a lot of these places still have some of these mask mandates that they have, and it's kind of ridiculous because
I don't know. So Karina says as soon as the medical records were required to be online, we're screwed. And like we're dealing with, everybody has been dealing with hacking. So it's not a good idea to have all our medical records right there. Speedway says, my wife works for NASA. They still require weekly tests and masks. My friend works in LA. They still require weekly tests and masks. As a matter of fact, they went back to masks. Chuck says his eye doctors had so many side effects from the vaccine, she almost lost her eyesight in one eye. So my friend watched his father die on FaceTime after getting just dropped dead. So I mean, there's it's and the U.S. Coast Guard just released a lot of personnel today over all of this. So is that smart to release all the military right now? Right now, they're releasing military over not getting this particular vaccine, which is not the same as other vaccines. It's not an adenovirus vaccine. It's an mRNA. So if people are not getting it in the military, it's being required dishonorable discharge, I think, something like that, where they're saying you can't have your retirement if you don't take it. And now we already have a problem with the military. Our nation is so unhealthy and heavy. Our enlistment is down because people can't make it through basic training. So if we already have that, and then you're releasing the people who did make it through over a shot, is this smart? Or are we leaving ourselves wide open right now? I'm just saying, especially when it looks like we're on the verge of World War III. I'm just thinking aloud out here. Is this the smartest thing to do over a vaccination? Let people go who are in charge of protecting us?
So you see it with the teaching thing.
Mm-hmm.
They're forcing teachers out.
Mm-hmm.
They're forcing nurses out. Now we've got all this nursing shortage now. And then, like you said, now it's all of a sudden
pilots too.
The pilots, the military.
The airports are a mess because of this. The pilots are refusing the jab. That is why the airports are a mess. So
and the pilots and the aviation staff were a big reason why you got masks off the planes too. I feel like because the pilots were kind of protesting and kind of doing grounding the flights and not doing some of this stuff. So I think it added a little extra pressure, which there shouldn't have been mandates on these planes anyways. These planes are the air is so clean in an airplane, like it is ridiculous how the filtration, the system, and it all works. So that you're breathing, it filters everything. There's no way, right? So it's just ridiculous what they're doing to these different industries and to weaken everything, all for, like you said, a possible. We got Russia and Ukraine, and then China and Taiwan.
So Lawrence, and I know what you're saying. He says a little hypocritical about military guys because he's former military, because they basically force vaccinate you when recruited, whether you agree or not. And now you want to choose. It's a choice to enlist. And I agree with you there. And I know that they line you up and do the psh, psh, psh down the thing because I'm a military family. However, this particular vaccination was not part of that deal when people already enlisted.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is not an adenovirus vaccine. This is an untested vaccine. And when they did experiment with it, the DOD came out and said that a significant portion of young men got myocarditis. Myocarditis is not something you recover from. Most people, a lot of a significant portion of people with myocarditis die within 5 years of being diagnosed. If you don't die right then, you're going to die in 5 years. Like it's a real good chance. These kids, these teenagers getting myocarditis, they're not going to live much longer. People think it's not a big deal. I don't think they understand myocarditis. 20% of them are going to be dead within 5 years. I don't understand why parents are taking a choice with a vaccine that does not really affect children a virus that does not really affect children, giving them a vaccine that could give them myocarditis that does affect children. So, and Wolf is saying, didn't you say something about the airline protesting? Yeah, the airline's a mess because of this. The pilots are saying no. So I don't care what they're telling you. There is not weather issues everywhere. It's the pilots, because you need 2 pilots to fly a plane. My dad was a pilot. You got to have 2. The problem is they have a shortage because these guys are not getting jabs. So you got to wait for the next pilot to come in. That's why everything's delayed. There aren't enough of them. Matter of fact, they're bringing back pilots they laid off before. So Chris goes, no, it's because you fall asleep in front of the TV. Yeah, there's all those fake reports going out, like all these things that are giving you myocarditis and heart issues. So, and Cool Awesome Dude says wrestler managers that can peck flesh who you should invite on here are Candice Michelle and Terry Reynolds. I wonder if they would be up for that. So you like that total switch there? Mm-hmm. I wonder if they'd be up for it. Maybe I should reach out to them. So you can ask them and see if they would be.
Look, so we discussed this a little while ago about trying this out. So how about I've got a couple of gifts, whatever you want to call them, of a couple wrestlers that are pec flexing. So I want to get your reaction on these. I think the
Okay.
chat might like this. Hang on, let me. So the first one is Chris Masters.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I've got this gif of him.
Am I
here.
rating them? Should I rate them on a scale of 1 to 10? That's a pretty good pec flex right there.
You like that one?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then second here, let me pull my second.
He was a
one up.
baby there, hey?
Is it young Chris Masters?
Mhm.
And when I typed in wrestlers pec flexing, they were like, "Does Chris Masters have pec implants?" That was literally one of the search results
I
that
don't
came
think
up.
he does.
And then this next one is, do you know who All Ego Ethan Page is? He
I
is
don't
a newer
know.
young wrestler. He's in AEW currently at the moment. So here he is. Do a little concentrated pec flexing here.
Okay, the pec control is good, but yeah. I think he's missing the quantity, but the quality is good.
He has recently become a body guy, so
Okay.
so the chest might be a little bit bigger, but
Okay.
I get what you're saying there. So on a scale of 1, so who wins this round? Chris Masters or Ethan Page?
Terry Crews.
Terry Crews, yes. That is true.
I'll say Masters on that one.
Chris Masters.
They're both good, but I'll say Masters for that one. But Terry Crews is like the man when it comes to pec flexing.
Yeah, that commercial where he's playing the drum set with the impulse of his muscles.
I didn't see that one. But
You haven't? Okay, it's
No.
I forgot. It's a commercial for something. I'll have to find it. They hook him up with all kinds of little things, and he is playing a drum set by flexing his muscles.
Really? I'm gonna do that. Terry Crews is one of the guys who makes older people look good. Like he ages in place. There are so many people now that age in place, but he was one of the originals that did it before it was cool. I'm
Okay.
seeing people are voting for Masters here.
Yeah,
So-
Masters winning over Page.
Yep, Ethan needs more force. Thank you. I was trying to figure out the way to say it correctly. So,
Here you go, right here.
okay.
Muscle, muscle, muscle. What? Muscle, muscle, muscle. Black, muscle, muscle, muscle. What? Muscle, muscle, muscle. Black. Keyboard solo.
That's awesome. That's badass. That's so cool. That's who I want to be when I grow up.
Oh man, that's there has to be some way that you two can be at some kind of Comic-Con together where we can get the two of you pec flexing
Oh my god, that would be
with
so
Terry
great.
Crews. That's
That would
like
be so great.
that's the holy grail of pec flexes right there. April and Terry.
We'll have to do sponsor a trip to whatever thing he's at. Probably the big one, the San Diego. I've never been to the San Diego, so I want to do that. So yeah, no, that's on the life goals thing.
That's Brian says he wins. Terry wins.
Oh, of course, yeah, hands down.
Yeah, he could be at New York Comic-Con as well. More than likely.
Yeah.
Yes, Ava, it's time to work on my.
Get yourself up to speed. He's still got to work on his eating.
Yeah, I'm still.
Yeah, he's still.
I have
trying
a
to
little
get
bit
that.
more range of motion. I tried to eat a double cheeseburger the other day, April, and I still could not get my mouth open wide enough to eat the double cheeseburger. So I took the patty off and gave it to my fiance. I made her single a double, and ate a single. It's so sad.
Mm.
I had to cut a hot dog up to eat it the other day.
Well, at least it didn't get all over your face. There's that.
That's true. That's true. I didn't have an eruption like the
Yeah.
abscess again.
Oh, gross. It's like, oh, no. So no. So anyway, we have probably come to the end here. We've used up your time, which thank you for giving it to us. We appreciate it. So yeah, it was nice to see you guys. And yeah, we should have an A show Pec Flex off. That would be fun. Bring in, you fill up all 4 squares, like the
Tweet your videos to @_the A show
Mhm,
right here of you pec flexing,
mhm.
and then we'll put them on air next week. That's
I
what
did
we'll
it. I did it in my Hulk outfit. I didn't put all those videos out. I think I only put 1 out, but I did it on my on that. So, and thank you, Wolf. I appreciate that. I feel like I'm not today because I'm like throwing everything together and trying to just make sure I'm here. But and by the way, thanks to those of you who follow the Real April Hunter on Twitter. I saw many of you on there and got to say hello before I came over here tonight. So thanks for that. And Lawrence is staying to do a cameo on the rest of the HMG shows. So yeah, we should do some more.
That would be interesting to see you on the NXT review show, since you were down at Full Sail for a while there, and I'm sure you got to see some of that stuff up close. Or
I didn't
about
really, I saw the arena because
Mhm.
but no, I didn't. Matter of fact, I don't even know what's going on. Hi, Jasper. Welcome from Manila. Yeah, I know I didn't see much of the NXT while I was there. I could have, but that was out in Winter Park, and I'm in Tampa. So most of my classes I did online, and then I went out there when I graduated. So
I got you. Yeah.
yeah. Yep.
Very cool.
Yep. So anyway, I'm one of the models at FetishCon this weekend. So I think I'm going to be there on Friday, maybe Saturday, one or the other, possibly both. So if you're in the Tampa Bay area and it's you're in St. Pete and you're attending FetCon, I'll be there. I may be shooting with random people. So if you're a photographer, hey, still trying to figure out what I'm wearing and what I'm doing because it's fucking hot, And with FetishCon, I don't know why they hold
less
FetCon.
is more.
But it's FetishCon. It's not less is more. It's more is more
true,
there.
yeah.
So you're like here with the gloves and here with the gloves and the neck thing and the pleather and the leather and the corset. Put the corset up like this, and it's like you walk from you park the car in and you're just like, fuck, I'm dying. Oh my God. And you got the leather boots on all the way up. It's like you are head to toe covered. It's like worse than Ren Fair. Because at least at Ren Fair's breathable fabrics. This is not. So
pleather and leather.
yeah. So I'm trying to figure out a workaround for that because it's like, let's do this in August when it's hot as fuck in Florida. Let's make everybody wear leather and PVC fabric. So yeah, so that's so yeah, I'll be trying to figure out what to wear and how to pull that off. But yeah, we have a FetishCon here, and we also have a nude night in Tampa too, which is a really cool art show here. That's where living artists can make money and sell their.
It's very cool.
It's a thought-provoking art show of all nude stuff. It's really like a lot of it. Like, good art should not just look good, but it should also make you think.
Mm-hmm.
But we have that. But the thing is with FetishCon, as Jamie pointed out, George Perez, the comic book artist, was a staple of that on Saturdays. He did a superhero showdown on Saturdays there every fucking year. This is the first year he won't be there. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah. Being as though I was one of his models, I was asked to show up. So I hope they do something for him. It will be weird without him there. So
that could be a tough one. I could see them probably doing a little in memoriam thing for him there.
Yeah. I mean, so Saturday it's easy. You just dress up like a superhero and there's your tribute. So we'll see.
Very cool.
Yeah. Anyway, Chowny Man is saying, can we send women who can Pec Flex videos for reaction next time?
Yeah, you can totally do that as well.
Sure.
That'll make my job on searching a lot easier. we can battle the women between each other.
why not? And Lauren said, I loved George Perez's RIP. It made me Team Titans fan for life. Yeah. And you know what? I was bummed out that I think it was mostly, was it just Marvel? I think it was Marvel. Was it DC? Because I went to the memorial and they showed up. They did the memorial, but Boom Studio Comics, who he worked with last and did his last project with, didn't really do much for him. So I thought they would have, being as though they worked hand in hand with him very closely. I thought they would have done more, said more. I realized that, you know, obviously Marvel and DC are much bigger, but still, he picked Boom Studio to work with for a reason, to do his passion project. So I was surprised they didn't do a whole lot with that, with his passing. So, which incidentally, if you look at the graphic here and see the little Sirens comic book, that is Boom Studio Comics. That's my comic with them.
That's
And
very cool.
George's comic. Yeah. So, yeah, DC Crisis on Infinite Earth, no doubt. So anyway, I digress. Thank you for being here. You can see me you can find me on Instagram, Real April Hunter. You can find me on Patreon, April Hunter. You can find all of the A Show on the A Show Patreon. So please do join us over there because we have a lot of episodes. Colin has been super great about posting them, right, Colin?
Yes.
Okay.
I haven't put up a few since I've been down this last couple of weeks, but I'm going to get my computer and everything set up this week since I'm feeling better and get the production machine back up and rolling for.
We forgive you.
last
You
couple
had a
of weeks.
vacation and a surgery. You know what I mean? We have your back on that when we get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can find me there, and we appreciate it. And thank you for subscribing here. It really helps because we do have some costs. So thank you for being so cool and generous to us. Colin, are you going to be anywhere? Or are you just going to be like hanging out trying to eat cheeseburgers?
Just trying to eat cheeseburgers. I had some Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets for lunch today. They were so delicious. They were easy to eat. No double cheeseburgers, which I'm waiting because there's a nice little bar that's
Mhm.
around the corner of the house, and it's called Mojo's.
Mhm.
They do a double bacon cheeseburger, and when I can unhinge my jaw and take a bite into that thing again, I will be going to Mojo's and enjoying a delicious double cheeseburger and possibly some onion rings. So yeah, there's that. Other than that, you're not really gonna find me anywhere else.
Okay. All right then. Well, you will find us next Tuesday night at 7:30 right back here again. So, and we'll have more of a prepared show for you. So hopefully it'll be more fun stuff and keep on coming back. And if you guys have suggestions, we are all about it. So we appreciate the suggestions, as you can tell from the pec flexing. So thank you. See you soon. All right. Thanks so much. Mwah.